Hey guys, my name is John from Creation Music Company. Today I'm going to show you how to use our kit to mount this power supply to the underside of one of our boards. Our kit also allows you to do the same thing both to the top and underside of our boards with most pedal enclosures because it uses the same brackets. Let's get started. To do this, you'll obviously need your Walrus audio power supply, or if you're mounting a pedal, any other pedal with screws that are long enough to thread back in after we use the washer. The washers we're talking about come in our universal pedal mounting kit or the Walrus audio power supply mount kit. They're essentially bicycle chains. In fact, they are bicycle chains. We simply found a place that would sell us the flat washer without having to disassemble the bike chain. Next, the screws that come with it. These are simply the screws that go through the washer after you've threaded it to the power supply and screwed to the pedal board. Additionally, it might be a good idea to have some cable clamps handy so you can cinch up any slack from this power cable if you're doing it that way. First thing is you'll want to remove one screw at a time and attach the bicycle chain. So let's do that. One thing I like to do is when I'm attaching it back, I like to actually use a screwdriver. Reason for that is if you look at this enclosure closely, it's not actually flat on the end, so the bike washer tends to want to point upward when I flip it back over. To make sure I never over torque it and end up skipping one thread of the screw, I like to hand tension it so it's got a little bit of give but still a snug fit. So I could torque it down, but I'm going to leave it about here where it's just a little bit tight but still has a very slightest bit of play in it. Repeat the process 3 more times. Once that's done, I can kind of position the bike chains the way I want. I want them just barely fanning out. Really, you can position them however you want, but I like to kind of make a little fan out. I know that my IEC is going to run down this line here, across, and then plug into the the power supply connector. About like that. So this is about where I want to put my power supply. Just maybe scoot it over a hair. And there you have it. A power supply that's mounted to the underside of the board with plenty of strength to not fall off. Like I said before, you can do this with any Walrus audio power supply, as well as you can do it with any other pedal that has screws long enough to thread back into the enclosure. If the screw is not long enough, a lot of times you can find a replacement at a local hardware store. Typically, they're a 632 machine screw if you're looking for it. The next step, if you want to be real clean, is take your lead cable from the previous video where we showed you how to wire up your IEC socket and cinch it up so there's no excess. Right now, I'm ready to go, but I don't want to have any excess, so I'm going to take some cable clamps and I'm going to cinch it up so that I have no slack. Might be a little overkill, but it's better than have something rattling around inside. The way I see it, the less movement inside, the less chance of something failing later. And there you have it. A super tight, clean, compact setup for your power supply. Nothing out of the ordinary flopping around, everything locked tight. It's a tour-ready gig. Lastly, all the parts you've seen today can be found on our website in our DIY section, as well as if you choose to, you can have this service performed on a pedal board you order from us at the time of checkout. Simply add the power supply to it and we'll install it absolutely free.